There, welcome to this another video. From this video, we are going to start a new series that's going to be a Next.js series. So why we are covering Next.js? There are many frameworks available in the market for web development, and first of all, why we are learning this and why we are choosing Next.js, that we are going to cover first in this video. Then we will set up our application of Next.js. So let's start the video. So I was talking about why we are going to cover Next.js. What was the reason behind choosing a Next.js framework? Why not other frameworks? We have many frameworks available in the market. I'm talking about the most usable framework that are most commonly used in the market. These are like Angular. React is also used. Vue.js is also used, and I'm talking about the front-end frameworks, like we have some back-end framework like C Sharp or something like Java or Python, like that also being used. PHP some are also used, but why we have chosen Next.js? What is the reason behind that? Let's talk about first in this video. If you want to develop a single page application, and the second most important reason is SEO. Next.js has a built-in SEO. Acha. So no, you don't have to do any sort of SEO or something like that. It is already being provided by Next.js. That is not provided by some other frameworks. That's the reason we are going to use Next.js. Second, most important reason, like Next.js, most of the websites are migrating from other frameworks to Next.js because of this feature. To rank a website, you need SEO. You have to do the SEO, and it is built-in SEO. So that's the reason we are going to with Next.js. And Next.js, we are going to cover with Next.js TypeScript. Why TypeScript? Why not JavaScript? Basically, then I was developing on my website, so I used JavaScript. But for a change, I use TypeScript because most of the frameworks, if you talk about, they are adding a TypeScript flavor as well. Why TypeScript flavor? The only reason being, like everyone is, most of the people are using TypeScript. Like it's a type shape. When I do the coding, at the time, if I'm doing some sort of mistake, I will get the error. I will get the error in the end, whatever, like VS Code or whatever editor I'm using that. But in case of JavaScript, I will not get that. When I'm running the application, then I will get the error, like if I've done some sort of mistake. And TypeScript is type shape, so I can declare a type of that. Like for example, I declare an interface, like, and I'm using it. So I can, if I interface has like five fields, so I can use that 5 fields only. If I'm using a new field, I will get an exception in TypeScript. But in JavaScript, I'm not declaring and sort of what's the type, what's that kind of stuff. I'm not doing that. I have a any feature, like you can use any. That's another thing we would using that. Second thing, in this project, we are going to use what? We are use Next.js because of backend feature as well. It's similar flavor. It will give you of a ASP.NET Core, like if you have used ASP.NET Core, whether page or MVC, like or .NET framework you have used, a similar flavor. But the only difference was like that was not a single page application, that was a regular page application. If they would have added a single page application, Microsoft, that would be a boom. Like they added, but Next.js is already there. So Next.js is single page application. It has some demerit as well, like dot events have been removed. But I had a fix of that already added in our sister channel, Ocean Code. So you can check out that. I will drop a link in the description box as well as in the comment below, so you can check out that. That is going to be very helpful. Like if I'm not using the router events, I will face many other difficulties. Like for example, I'm adding a loader, and I want something like that router event so that I can change the progress of the this loader. Otherwise, like what is going to happen, like when I click on a link, instant loader will not be there. If my site is lagging, there's some issue, in that case the user will not get an instant loader. But we need an instant loader because if a user clicks, user should be notified that this has been redirected to some other page. If I'm not using auto events, it's not available in Next.js 14 app router, so I will not be able to like use this functionality. But I had a fix of that, so you can check out that. That's going to be very helpful. Like so in that case, like when I click on the link, I'm changing the progress and I'm getting the instant loader. Like loader is being added, and then when it's later on, like you can use search params and use path and that kind of stuff for completing the loader. And second thing, we are using tailwind CSS. Why tailwind CSS? Why not other framework? Like we have Bootstrap, and we can create our own CSS file. But I feel like tailwind CSS is, everyone is using that. That's the reason we are using. There are the demerits of tailwind CSS as well. Like if I talk about, like we are not getting pre-components, we don't have the nav bars and everything. Like we have to search a lot of websites that we have to go and we have to search it like, and if you search like what you will get a website, mostly the website that will give you their css, their javascript, but I don't prefer that because you don't know what code they have added in javascript. It can be risky as well, like, but there are big websites, you don't, it does not matters, but it matters for me, like, so I prefer, like, if I'm using a television thesis, I will develop everything from scratch. So but it's very time consuming, like if a newbie is developing a website, like, it actual time taken that should be taken is 10 minutes. If for example it will take around 10 to 20 days for that, because I have to search for the components, I will not get everything handy, like, so that's the reason I will be using React Material. I know, like, the package size might be a bigger. It might, some people say it's not productive enough. Like, its size is big, so it will not be productive enough. Don't worry. Don't worry, because the thing is that React Material UI, most of the people sites are using, like, if you talk about Cinema is also using React Material UI. Google is also using Angular Material Live in GCP, and you can say like Angular Material website. Most of the website that looks very attractive, and we have the handy components because we are here to save the time. Time is also important. Time is also money. Value for money, value for time as well. Okay. So we are using Tailwind, sorry, React Material UI, and other packages also we are going to use. Like, if you are not using Material UI, what is going to happen? Like, for a small components, you are adding a different like packages. Like, to top loading part, you will be adding other package. For some table, you are going to add other packages. For, you can say, like, for infinite score, you are adding another packages. There are many packages you are using. I feel like if you are using separate packages and one package might not make so much difference. So these are the very things what we are to do now. What we are going to develop. Okay. We're thinking to develop some website, like, some sort of like selling some switches kind of stuff, or switchboard or wires kind of stuff, electricals kind of stuff. We can do it. It's a demo website. Later on, I don't know, like, whether I'm going to be productionize that or not. But I'm first priority. I will be doing this. Then we can excel it to something like grocery kind as well. We can excel it to clothes and electronics as well. So base, I'm going to set up of electrical and these things. And this project is going to be a massive project I'm talking about, because we are going to cover everything, starting with routing, starting with admin, user, and basically I will be focusing first one like of user, then we will be developing the admins, and then we are going into dashboards I'm talking about, then payment gateway, everything, whatever you like, you experience in Flipkart or Amazon, any big website or Walmart kind of stuff, we are going to cover everything, and might in some cases, like, it might be better than that. So we are going to cover this series, and this is going to be a massive series. So what I have to do, like, you have to subscribe the channel and like the video. Before that, let's go to the laptop screen and see how we can set up the Next.js project, and we are going to use TypeScript that I told you. And if some other frameworks also we are going to use, like, we will be covering up in the upcoming videos, like, similarly, like, different topics. And I used, like, what I thought of, like, let's release this series every week. I will be uploading one video, like. And second thing, like, you can check out our channel, sister channel, Orson Code, and there I upload the videos like on daily basis. So please subscribe to that channel as well. So let's start the video. Go to the system screen. Let's go to the laptop screen and install the Next.js package. Let's, we know, like, how to create a Next.js application using Next.js create app. So let's go to the Next.js website. This Next.js website is developed by Next.js version. So you can deploy also their app there. Okay. So in this, let's develop a folder here. Go here, a new folder. This is going to be a electricals kind of stuff. Let's add a electricals. It sort of depends upon you, like, if you want a folder or not, like, it depends upon you. I'm going to use a CMD, like, you can use terminal like CMD, like, you can use parser as well. It depends upon you. Let me zoom a bit and let me add create npx create next app. Okay, so it will prompt me some sort of like, are you sure you want to create this app? Okay, yes. Okay, what's your name? ठीक है, name बंद करते हैं. Try to think some name, but I didn't got anything, like, so let's do one thing. use me mb use me mb. ठीक है. I feel like use me MB will be fine. Okay, use me MB. I will change the name later on. Like let's do that. Okay, do you need TypeScript? Yeah, I need TypeScript. Do you need reason? No, I don't know that shit. I don't need it. Do you need 7 changes? Yeah, I need 11 changes. Later on, I can change it. Do you need SRC? No, I don't need. Do you need app router? Yes, obviously I need app router. Why should I go with like type page router? Border license? No, no, I don't need it. Okay, installing that packages. So why we are not using ESLint? So what's happened like in JavaScript and TypeScript, it's not mandatory to write comma, sorry, semicolon these things. But it happened like if you are using ESLint, so you are forced to write a like semicolon these things. So I don't like it. Like why should I write every line I go with like semicolon these things? I will not add it. Why should I waste my time in adding a semicolon in these things? Like and it can be a very pathetic situation for you. Like if you are using ESLint, so it might happen like your site is not getting deployed, like you will get some sort of errors and these things. You have to run a ESLint command every time. Let's see the directory. I have this use me, so npm run then. Okay, okay, it's not saying anything. Initialize the with a. Okay, okay, it is not giving any sort of suggestion, like, but I know like what to do, like because already I have created Next.js application. So let me open this cmd, and first time we are opening that, so I would suggest like to run the npmi. It will install all the packages, like, so let me write the npmi. So it's going to install all the packages like which are available. See, 31 packages are updated. So let's now I can do npm run dev. So I'm doing npm run dev, so it will give me a URL. I can run this, and this was the first video. Like we covered about like how we can create a Next.js application. In the next videos, we are going to start our Next.js series. So we will be developing like nav bars and G6. So it's taking a bit more time to load the application. First time it is going to take some time. It is compiling. And one more thing, like you might face, like if you are opening a website and then clicking on any of the URL, like C. So these are the URL of any like link tag. So what is going to happen? The page may reload in some cases, like if you are open the website for the first time, and you can say like you have just run the application and then you are clicking on any route. So this will reload. The page will reload. Like this is a somewhat demerit in Next.js. I didn't saw this kind of thing in any other framework like Angular or Vue. But it's happening in the Next.js. For the initial time, it will happen. Later on, like if you are clicking on a link, it is not going to reload the page. This is a very big demerit, I feel. This is the application, and let's see what codes are there in our application, and then we will end this video. Like, so what you have to do, you have to subscribe this channel and share the videos like if you find helpful. So let's see the structure as well, like of the application what we have got. We got this TypeScript.json, TypeScript config.json, and we have this package.json file where all the packages are being maintained. If you see npm run dev, I did to run the application. Okay, it's going to work. Have this tailwind CSS, you can see like 3.4.1 React. Basically, it's using React only. Like, okay, on the top of React, this Next.js framework is being developed. Sorry, it's a copy of React with its own functionalities that make it better than React. So if you are using a React, I would suggest go to the Next.js, switch to Next.js. Next.js is far better than React because it has a built-in like routing feature available. You can think SEO is also available, and you have the flexibility to develop the APIs as well here. Like that's going to be very helpful. And Tailwind CSS website, like let's see like what Tailwind CSS is. Okay, let me see the Tailwind CSS. Okay, current, what is the version of Tailwind CSS? What happened sometime? What's happened? Tailwind CSS is not. It's a later version. They are not giving you the. So 3.4.3, and what's this 3.4.3? Okay, this is somewhat issue. So let me save this, and what you can do, just save this and close this npmi. One more time npmi. So directly I am doing the npmi. So this is also a better way. So it will update the packages like in this case. So it has updated package.json. This is the application. Okay. One more thing that I just wanted to cover you is config. If you see like here, the components are having this like it will access the tailwind JSON and these things. You have some background images they have added, something like that, and you have, I think CSS is there or not. I don't know. There is something else is there or not. packages. Okay. Node modules are there. So what we are going to do, like global CSS, some CSS are added like here. We can modify it later on. Layer.txt file is also there, like here the layout we are mentioning. What layout we will be following, like and we have this page.txt. This page has everything, like okay. So what we are going to do, like whatever React components are there, like sometimes there might be a scenario like we have to develop a client-based component and React components. So in that case, what I prefer, I will create at the root level a components folder, and inside that I will be adding a subdividing the components with that. It can be a dashboard component, it can be a user component, something like that. I'm going to divide that. Okay, so this application is running, no issues. And some people, what do they do? They, the app folder only they are getting, but I don't prefer that, because the thing is, like inside the app folder, you might get the routing facility as well. But we don't want sort of routing in case of React components, because we are going to import the React components in our this app folder. Okay. And inside that, I will be getting some APIs as well, like folder where we are maintaining all the APIs kind of stuff. And here directly you can create a folder, and inside that folder you can write a route.js, page.js. Route.js is for API, page.js for your like to develop a page. So this was a small video, like how we set up our the application, and we are going to do the Next.js. Finally, the Next.js is started. So Next.js, if you why, so one small thing just wanted to cover upon before ending the video. Why Next.js? Everything is moving to AI, so why we are learning Next.js? The thing is, like let's talk about that. And just talking about, like when AI has came, so why we are developing applications in Next.js when AI can develop that. Let's talk about that before ending the video. Because if you search the Next.js 14 components, if you tell the chat GPT to develop anything using the Next.js 14, like it will not give you the result because the data is not there. Like, so that's the reason we are learning Next.js, because I think companies will need these kind of developers who knows Next.js 14, because the ChatGPT and AIs don't know how to do that. If you search that, they will give you the old code like Next.js 13 code. Like, that's the small reason we are developing applications in Next.js. Next.js is a framework like that should you should learn it, like be it other frameworks you can skip it, but Next.js is a framework. So let's meet you in the another video. In the next video, like we are going to design our home page, and first we are going to design our nav bars and footer. Next video. Let's meet you in the next video.